Good afternoon. My name is Phil Hewitt, Group Arts Editor at Sussex Newspapers. Fantastic pleasure, as always, to speak to Peter James. Now, Peter, with fabulous news that we are going to have Series 5 of Grace, and filming is going to be starting imminently, April the 29th. Now, it kind of makes you realise how quickly time flashes by that we're talking about Series 5 already. But you must be so proud of this remarkable achievement that here we are, Series 5 beginning.
It's still a dream. I remember when um, Dead Simple, the first one book in the series, aired, and I sat in front of the television and actually had tears in my eyes because it's been such a long journey and a long dream to get Grace to the screen. I've had past books adapted for the screen, and I've never been happy with them. And Grace is the most important thing for me, that I've ever written. And I was determined that nobody ever screwed it up
So it's a
by
huge
making
act
it
of
bad.
trust, isn't it, that you hand Grace over?
And yeah, it took. I kissed a lot of frogs, and it took. I wrote Dead Simple in 2003, 2004. It came out in 2005, and we didn't start filming until 2018, 19, I think it was. But I turned down so many opportunities on the way because I wasn't happy. And I'm finally, with ITV and with Andrew O'Connor behind it, and with John Sim, we got an absolute dream team, and they are wonderful to work with.
And we've often spoken about the things that they do get so right. And obviously, the pacing of each episode is brilliant, the location is brilliant, but it's the cast, isn't it, that really makes it. And that's where you are so pleased, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you can have the best cast in the world, and if there's no chemistry between them, the
Yeah.
film completely flat. In my movie making days, I made a movie with Robert De Niro, Kathy Bates, Gabriel Byrne, Harvey Keitel. I mean, you couldn't go wrong with that cast, could you? It was a disaster because they just didn't gel for some reason. It was The Bridge of St. Louis Ray. It was a forgettable film made in 2003. But Roy Grace, I mean, John Sim, Glenn Branson, played by Richie Campbell, and Cleo, played by Zoe Tapper. They are magic together. You
Mm.
totally believe Roy and Zoe are in love. You totally believe that John Sim and Richie Campbell are best mates, and they actually are best mates off screen as well. And so that chemistry, which is at the heart of all good drama, is we're so lucky with that. And I say lucky, John works at it really hard. He is passionate about it.
And it's inspired casting, isn't it? Because as soon as it was announced that it was John Sim, you just think, oh, yes, of course, that's right. And so it's proved, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's funny, everybody, I think if you asked 100 of your readers to write in and say, who would they have cast as Roy Grace? You probably get 100 different names. But when I first created Roy Grace, I promise you, if you had done a police identity kit on who I imagined, it would have come up with John Sim.
Mm. Oh, brilliant casting. And catching up with you as the author now, because with the next series, Series 5, it's going to go through to book 16.
I know, I'm just writing the 21st Roy Grace at the
You better get
moment.
a move on.
I shouldn't be talking, I should be hanging out 4 a year now. Um,
So when is it that they catch up with you then? Is it next year?
they will catch up. Not next year, but the year after, when I'll be on book 22, but I'll also have a novella of Wish You Were Dead.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness. So
and
it's a
I'll also
little bit of
have a
grace for you yet then, is there?
little bit. But that's assuming the series goes on, but touch wood with the viewing figures
Absolutely.
we're
But
getting.
it's been
I
such
think
a brilliant success, hasn't it? And
it has.
you're hoping that Series 4 probably going to be screened in the autumn then.
Yeah, we don't know the exact date yet, but it's going to be pretty soon after schools go back, when we get the biggest audiences, and it
And
starts
that
to get dark.
and
Everybody
that's
wants to
books 9 to 12 then, is it?
9 to 12. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well,
And
well,
I'm not just saying this because we're talking, but it is these this new four are the best yet. They are. I think the cast have got more and more into it, and the storylines, the way they've been adapted is so strong. I think people are going to love it. And of course, we've got quite a bit of Sandy in these apps.
So we'll look forward to that very much indeed. Congratulations, and as always, really great to speak to you. Thank you.
You too, Phil.